Brazeman. I'm a private investigator. Tonight, we're on the job.
Some time back, I was brought into a case through another private investigator who didn't want to work something. Now, this was a case where some attorneys had been working with local law enforcement and was working for one of the bigwigs in a sporting goods manufacturing plant who believed that there was internal theft. So in sitting down with everyone, we thought of a plan that basically I would start working at the manufacturing plant, and I would do this for probably 5 or 6 months. In doing so, hopefully was able to find out where the theft was coming from, who was doing it, and where it was going. Every day I went to work with my t-shirt on and my torn up jeans and worked in a warehouse environment and did everything that I could to befriend these guys. I hung out with them probably 4 or 5 times a week after work. I'd play pool with them, I'd go to local bars. I'd just hang. I did everything I could to just blend in. After, it was about 6 months, I finally went to someone who I thought was a little suspicious of hanging around too much equipment for too long. And I approached him and asked him where I could get some high-end golfing equipment. And sure enough, he took me aside and confronted in me that he had a way to get me some good stuff. Actually, it was stuff that they manufactured and boxed at that location. We set up a buy. It was worked out to where I would go to a set designated location that these guys picked, and it was a barn out in the middle of nowhere. So on a particular day, I went to the barn where I was immediately confronted by several guys. And some of them I recognized from the plant, some I did not. One of the things you learn not to do is go into a building with these guys if you think that anything could be amiss. Being that I was desperate to get the job done, I followed them into the building and did everything I could to make sure the buy took place. Now when I first got into the barn, they took me into an office environment. They pointed to a chair for me to sit down, and I immediately knew something wasn't right. 2 of the guys immediately pinned me up against the wall. I was, for lack of a better expression, smacked around a little bit. And I was asked lots of questions, like who I was. Was I a narc? Was I undercover? I guess my gut reaction kind of kicked in at that point. I was very argumentative. I told them that the buy wasn't worth it to me. I started pushing back and told them that I was out of there.
Is he going to work? Is he going to work, guys?
I didn't get very far before at least one of the guys was like, hey, come on back. It's okay, you're cool, we'll get this worked out. So I guess I had passed some sort of initiation. The guys brought me back into the barn. They brought me into a stall where they showed me just dozens and dozens and dozens of boxes of all types of equipment, whether it be golf clubs or football or basketball or whatnot, exercise equipment. And they let me pick what I wanted. I filled up my car and I drove out of there. To the designated spot to meet the local law enforcement, at which time they basically stormed the barn and arrested everybody. Come to find out that the theft was all the way from a low-line worker in the plant all the way up to the VP of the plant. So I think there was over a dozen arrests made that single day. And it turns out there was millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment over a long period of time that had been taken. It was a very long process and one that I probably wouldn't do again as a private investigator, but I was glad to be there, I was glad to help, and the job got done.
For more information, please visit our website at selectondemand.com or email us at programs@selectondemand.com. Made for On Demand.